Okay, so we have another rumor once again regarding the end of this year. Now, the year is pretty much set in stone. We got Mario Wonder, we have Wario coming out, well, technically today when this goes live, and we actually have Mario RPG Remake coming at the end of this month, really the middle of this month. So really, this year is done, and the next year also has a couple of games slated. We got Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, we have Mario vs. Donkey Kong, we had the Princess Peach game, we have Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. It's looking pretty good. At least, you know, remake side of things. We don't have anything super huge, but there's rumors saying that the next big console is coming out holiday next year with a big open world 3D Mario game. There's a lot of stuff to be excited for as a Nintendo fan. But there might even be more things to be excited for, because Tears of the Kingdom might not be the only Zelda game we get this year. There's something else coming up very soon, in just about a month, and that is the Game Awards on December 7th. I am super excited for the Game Awards because there's always a chance for Nintendo to show off something. Now, they have skipped some years like the last couple of years, but they also showed off some pretty big bombshells before, like showing off Breath of the Wild for the first time ever all the way back then, and also revealing Joker for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and other releases and announcements as well. But there is a chance that we could always get something revealed here. Well, according to a couple of leaks, it looks like we might actually get something Zelda related, and more along the lines of a Zelda remake. So here's the deal. There's been a tweet, a very cryptic tweet from Sir Ken Toto, a highly regarded industry analyst who has been incredibly reliable in the past, and has tweeted ZR 2023. Now, apparently, they have also hinted at Tears of the Kingdom with a tweet back in 2021 that said ZR 2022, alluding to the launch date of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. But apparently, ZR obviously standing for Zelda Remake 2023. Because Z2 was referring to the second game of Breath of the Wild, the sequel being Tears of the Kingdom. So what is this Zelda remake? What is going on? Yes, the tweet has been deleted, mostly probably because it just didn't want to generate all this crazy speculation around the internet, and look what's happening. But yeah, it's looking like there could be something Zelda remake related. Well, let's keep going here. Now, about a couple of months ago, even Jeff Grubb weighed in on this, saying that Metroid Prime 2 remasters would be releasing soon. Now, the direct passed in September. We didn't hear anything about Prime 2, Prime 3, not even Prime 4, so I don't know when this is happening. It's probably still going to be happening very soon, relatively soon. But we also have news about a Zelda game that they talked about a while ago. He states that it's not Tears of the Kingdom related, so don't really expect any DLC for that game. Apparently, it's something along the lines of a remake, and brings up the fact that we still don't have that Wind Waker HD or Twilight Princess HD. We also had rumors a while back about the Oracle games potentially getting a remake, but people are dismissing these because it's multiple games. You can't just release Wind Waker and not release Twilight Princess and vice versa, and this tweet makes it seem like it is a remake of a single Zelda game. Now, it's really got people confused as to what this could be. And if we continue to dig a little deeper, we can go to Zippo's blog, which of course it's Zippo. They've been very spotty. They can be right or wrong. It's just really up in the air. So take it with a grain of salt, but they do state here on November 2nd that the Hero of Time will return in the near future. That's it. That's the post. So yeah, let's start piecing everything together to see exactly what's happening here. Now, first off, is there a possibility that something could be announced soon? Yes, we had our September Nintendo Direct, and normally we don't have another one until around January or February of next year, but I definitely think there is room for an announcement. If any time, it's going to be in December with the Game Awards. And Nintendo doesn't show off anything super huge besides that initial reveal of Breath of the Wild all the way back then, but since then, they haven't done much outside of that Smash Brothers character reveal for Joker. So let's not get our hopes extremely high for the Game Awards. There's a very good chance Nintendo doesn't show up at all. But if they were to show up, they don't really have a lot under their belt right now to really blow out at the Game Awards. You know, something like Princess Peach is not going to be a reveal there or show off anything with that game there. And the only other game I could really think of is Metroid Prime 4 if they wanted to show off a glimpse of that. Maybe they still do, it's hard to say. But this sounds like something Nintendo could definitely do. I mean, let's just take a look at what Nintendo has been doing recently. You know, we know this is the twilight years of the Nintendo Switch, and it shows with lots of remakes coming out. I mean, Nintendo is remaking everything and pretty much getting any game that used to be on a past console remade or ported over to the Nintendo Switch before moving on to this new next-gen console. and it just makes sense because this is something that Nintendo wants to do right now. They're remaking lots of their classic games, and what's stopping them from doing Zelda the same way they've been doing with Mario? I mean, all these Mario games are coming back, yet there's still a lot of Zelda games that need that same treatment. And if they're not yet bringing back Wind Waker or Twilight Princess or the Oracle games, and it has to be one game, what game is it going to be? And it honestly only comes down to a couple in my mind: Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, or Link Between Worlds. Now, funny enough, all of these games are on the 3DS, which is hilarious. Now, one of those games is 3DS exclusive, where the other two came out originally on the Nintendo 64. So let's start off with the 3DS exclusive being Link Between Worlds. This would actually make me extremely happy, as this being the only way to play the game is on the 3DS. I really would love to see this game brought to the Nintendo Switch. As kind of a spiritual successor to Link to the Past, it would just make a lot of sense, I think, personally. We don't really have any top-down Zeldas outside of Link's Awakening on the Nintendo Switch, so I would love to see another one, and this game is one of my favorite Zelda games. I think it was made with extreme care, and it has so much Zelda love poured into it. So I would love to see this game come. Is it something that would be super massive along the lines of Ocarina of Time or even Majora's Mask? Probably not, but they did just do the same thing with Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, porting that to the Switch soon, so I could definitely see that happening too. Now when we look at Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and let's just be honest, I think Ocarina of Time just makes more sense. It was the game that came first, it's technically the oldest game. You could do Majora's Mask too. I would love to see like a dual, collection of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, or maybe all three of these games together would be amazing. But yeah, I don't think Majora's Mask, at least not yet, and maybe later on in the future we'll see something like this, but Ocarina of Time just sounds like the best bet. If Nintendo really is working on a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time remake, I think it would break the internet. It's just that big. It is regarded as still one of the best, if not the best, Legend of Zelda games to date. And the only time they brought it back was from Nintendo 64 straight to the 3DS, which was a weird choice in my opinion. A lot of people want to play this on a home console and in HD and completely remade graphics and all. And man, oh my, I'm telling you, the Game Awards would absolutely lose their minds. There's so many people at the Game Awards that probably grew up with this game. I mean, it would just resonate with all crowds. And I think this would be the ultimate way to end a really stellar year for the Nintendo Switch. I mean, seriously. Now, some people are saying this is going to be a shadow drop. I hope not, because that tells me that it's just going to be a very long time before we get the physical release. So I don't think Nintendo would just shadow drop a completely remade The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. But I think it definitely could be announced here. So like I said, on paper, it makes a lot of sense based on how Nintendo has just been pretty much making nothing but remakes of past games, as it does feel like they're moving on to the next era of Nintendo. As that new console is getting ready to release, they're going to be launching and releasing tons of remakes and remasters, and they're probably still just sitting on a lot of these games like the report said since the COVID era. So yeah, I am super excited to see if this is true or not. However, definitely take everything with a grain of salt. Don't overhype yourself. We don't know if this is real, we don't know if this is fake, we don't know if this is actually going to happen or not. So definitely just calm down and just enjoy the rest of this year. Enjoy all the games that came out this year and just enjoy the Game Awards. Don't overhype yourself for something that might not be there. Let's just stay calm, and that way when it does happen, we can all be super excited. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Let me know down below, if Nintendo was to remake The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, what would you like to see changed in that game? What great additions would you like to see added? What do you want it to look like? Give me your art style, give me all the details, give me all the little changes that you want, or no changes at all, but just let me know down below. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.